Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Newport News, Virginia, home of your apprentice school builders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so happy to have you. Howard McCain here, bringing you the play-by-play call of this afternoon's game. Dave Davenport will serve as our engineer producer as the Builders will take on the Hocking Hawks out of Nelsonville, Ohio. So again, thank you for joining us. Beautiful day here in the stadium. Before we get started, I want to give props to the field staff here for this college. Ladies and gentlemen, they do a fantastic job every single week getting this field in pristine condition to bring you the type of competition that you're going to see today. So what will we see today? We're going to see Coach Vincent Brown bring the Builders into this afternoon's contest on a currently on a 3-game losing streak as we go right now. Right now the Builders sit at 2-6. We have Coach, I believe it is Coach Craig Moore, that is going to bring his Hawks into this afternoon's contest. They are sitting with a record right now, an overall record of 1-5. Let's go down to the field for the coin toss.
It is a tails.
You're hearing from the referee today, Mark Barber. It looks like the Hawks have won the toss.
Hocking won the toss and deferred. Apprentice will receive.
So there you have it. The Apprentice School will receive the opening kickoff, which means the Hawks will get the football first coming out of the halftime locker room. Beautiful day here for football. Weather-wise, you couldn't ask for it to be any better than what it is right now, folks. It is 66 degrees here in Newport News, Virginia. Winds are blowing at about 4 miles per hour out of the east-northeast right now. As we look at the goalposts, the flags are pretty much still. Even when we look at the American flag, it is laying still as well. So little to no wind this afternoon to affect this contest. Right now, about a 1% chance of rain today, but there's always a 1% chance of rain just about every single day. Clouds are beautifully clear. As a matter of fact, we can see the moon in the sky off to our left as we stare out of the windows of the Jimmy Wilson press box here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. So we look forward to a fantastic afternoon of football. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we're getting set for the opening kick of this afternoon's contest. Builders again looking to break a current losing streak they're on right now. Last time we were with you, the Builders fell to Army Prep by a score of 31-27. Actually had an opportunity to win that game, but just could not bring it in. It is senior day, as our honorees were honored at the beginning before kickoff. So we will run those names down of those seniors that are being honored this afternoon. So we are all set to kick. Builders set to take over first in the contest as the kickoff dribbles along the ground. Builders setting up a return. That's Xavier Hunter. Xavier finds a crease. Nice return for the Builders all the way out close to midfield is Xavier Hunter. And that is going to put the Builders in prime position on their opening drive of this afternoon as one of the seniors.
Switching there.
As one of the seniors who was honored this afternoon, or will be honored, will continue to be honored, is Mason Tatum. He leads his ball team out onto the playing surface. Tatum, the 6', 205-pound senior quarterback, set to take the snap from center.
I thought you said.
As the fake to Reed, catch over the middle, caught. Receiver able to get upfield. That is to Kavian Petty. To Kavian Petty with a huge pickup on first down, and that's going to put the Builders inside the red zone right around the 19-yard line. First down, Builders. Mason Tatum. In the backfield next to him, or behind him rather, is another one of the Builders seniors. That is Lawrence Reed. And I'll let you know who the other seniors that are being honored today as well will be. as the fake to Reed. Looked like a bit of a busted play, but Taysom able to turn something into nothing. Will that be credited as a catch? I believe it will. So that's Tacavian Petty. So Tacavian Petty able to haul in the 18-yard pass from Tatum to Petty. That puts the Builders at the 1-yard line. First and goal, Builders. Builders looking to draw first blood here in this afternoon's contest, again against the Hocking Hawks out of Nelsonville, Ohio. Builders with an opportunity to take an early lead as Tatum decides to keep Tatum into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders! 3 plays, 51 yards, Builders on the scoreboard first. And if you're Coach Vincent, that is exactly how you want your offense to start this afternoon. Nice and efficient. 3 plays, 51 yards. Really, they only spent about a minute and 20 seconds to get the football into the end zone. It's Jeremiah Morgan, another of our seniors that was honored today. His point after is up, and it is good. 13:40 remaining in the first quarter here on Senior Day. The Builders lead the Hawks of Hocking by a score of 7-0. Tell you what, we're going to step away. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
7-0 Builders with the early lead thanks to a 1-yard scamper into the end zone by Mason Tatum. Very efficient drive, only 3 plays, 51 yards covered in that opening drive for a score as Jeremiah Morgan kicks it deep. Hocking sets up their return, builds up a wall on the right side, and the kick returner is loose. Kick returner able to get all the way down to about the 40-yard line of Hocking. That is great field position for the Hawks to start this opening drive of the afternoon as their freshman quarterback, Joey Moore, makes his way onto the field. This is a Hocking College ball club that has only managed to win 1 game this season. They're really young in their offensive backfield. Both their quarterback and their starting tailback are both freshmen this afternoon.
Quarterback for Hocking is number 14, Joey Moore.
Joey Moore takes the snap, gives it off to his running back, who's able to find a wall on the right side, and he is off and running, still running, finally tracked down. But that was an impressive opening run that time by Brendan McDonald. So for Brendan McDonald, that's a 50-plus yard run, his opening carry of the afternoon. And if this is any indication of what we're in for this afternoon here with these offenses and defenses, folks, this is going to be a track meet. The new line of scrimmage now is the 3-yard line. Give to McDonald. McDonald, easy run into the end zone. 2-yard touchdown run by Brendan McDonald. And that gets Hocking on the scoreboard. And with this upcoming PAT, if that's good, we're knotted up at 7. We've barely played 2 minutes of football, and we already have 14 points, or so far 13 points on the scoreboard. So Morgan Smith on to attempt, I believe, nope, that is not Morgan Smith. As the snap, the hold, the kick is up high, and it is good. So 12:47 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Builderson, Hawks 7. Again, that was only a 2-play drive right there by the Hawks. Let's step away, take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Ryan Pumphrey will be credited with that point after the touchdown, the kick for Hocking. So that makes the score now 7-7 early in the ball game. And again, folks, we've barely played 3 minutes of football, and we already have 14 points on the board already. So Builders set to receive the football again. Kick is short, a dribbler. And that's a live football. Builders able to get on it and get down. Good hand shown that time by the Builders on that return. That was close. That was a little bit more eventful than it should have been. Morgan Roberts was the up man that was able to control that kickoff and able to bring it down for the Builders. So Mason Tatum will bring his Builder offense back onto the field on Senior Day along with Mason Tatum. Lawrence Reed was also honored on Senior Day along with Ricardo Corpus. And we have a few other seniors that are being honored today as Mason Tatum looks, gets the ball out quickly, but that pass is broken up. It was intended for Ricardo Corpus, but nice job of breaking up the pass was Jacob Matus. Jacob Matus plays the inside linebacker position for Hocking. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 12:40 remaining in the first. Kind of warm here today in the Jimmy Wilson press box. Glad you're not here with us. Tatum tried to deliver the football in the right flat out to Ricardo Corpus, and everyone here in the press box took a sigh of relief because Malik Spragling was there on coverage. Had he gotten there just a step sooner, that very easily could have been a pick six, but as it goes, it does fall incomplete. So the Builders live to fight for another down. 3rd and long, Builders now off schedule. Builders 4 wide receiver set as Tatum pressured, backtracks, and he goes down. So that was Daniel Walker with that sack from his defensive end position. So the Builders will go 3 and out. They actually lost yards on this possession. So on to punt the football away is going to be Jeremiah Morgan, who again was one of the other seniors being honored on Senior Day, along with offensive lineman Taylor Lacey and Thomas Hogus. Morgan, punt end over end. That should run, and it does. And it comes to rest just inside or just outside the 35-yard line. And that's where Hocking will take over. Their second possession of the afternoon. So while we have this brief stoppage in play, our officials for today is our referee Mark Barber. The umpire is Bob Hemingway. The linesman is Shannon Keller. The line judge is Lewis Jackson. Our back judge is Bryce Spiegel. Our field judge is James Kramer. Our side judge is Corey Tomlinson. Our 25-second clock operator is Andy Marshall. And the new king of Zamunda, Claude Hines, is our clock operator. As the give up the middle, nothing doing that time for the big running back. McDonald met at the point of attack. He's driven back for a loss of about 2.5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd and long. Claude Hines decided to give up all his worldly possessions just so he could become king of Zamunda. As Moore looks, delivers over the middle to his big tight end Target. That's Kahari Robinson. Now, we don't have any height and weights on our two deep roster that we have for Hocking, but we will classify him as thick. As you can hear from the PA announcer, 3rd down and 7 upcoming. Builders with an opportunity to get the Hawks off of the field. Hawks able to score on their last possession. 2 plays found themselves in the end zone as the pass to the flat is complete. That is going to be enough for a 1st down. That goes to Zion McIntosh. And he himself, McIntosh, isn't a small kid at all. Size advantage out there in the flat between their wide receiver Zion McIntosh and our cover corner on that side of the field, Kamari Trueblood. As a pass goes out into the flat to the running back, fumble. Hard hit on the play by the Builders, forces the fumble. And the Builders will take over 1st and 10 after the change of possession. Big hit leveled against the running back, McDonald. That was Morgan Roberts, I believe, with the pop. Nice job of not only tackling the big running back, but also putting the helmet on the football, which caused it to dislodge, and the Builders are back in business on their own 48-yard line. 10:03 remaining in the first. We are tied 7-7. Mason Tatum has already scored in the football game. Tatum steps back, tries to find his big wide receiver on the left side. Had him. Ernest Harris. From our vantage point, it looked like the ball just went right through Harris's hands. Now, there's a possibility as he was going in for the football, he did have to stare back into the sun, because if you look on the field to see where the player's shadows are, you can see that puts the sun behind the Builders, which means that the sun was shining right in Harris's face. So there's a possibility that may have affected his judgment on the football, and he wasn't able to haul it in. 2nd and 10. Tatum. Plenty of time. Beautiful pass downfield. Caught. Petty into the end zone. Touchdown, Builders. 52 yards. Tatum to Petty. So another long pass play from Mason Tatum to Takavian Petty. And Takavian Petty did the exact same thing last week against Army Prep, where he actually put up close to 100 yards receiving just in the first half, as the point after by Jeremiah Morgan is good. 9:48 left in the first. Lord, we're off and running. 14-7. Builders over the Hawks on the heels of a 52-yard touchdown pass from Tatum to Petty. Again, senior day here at the Builder Athletic Complex. Lawrence Reed, Ricardo Corpus, Mason Tatum, Jeremiah Morgan, Josiah Ashby, Chandler Perry, Tyler Lacey, and Thomas Hogus, all being honored this afternoon here on senior day. Builders' season hasn't quite gone as well as they would have hoped for on the scoreboard. But boy, have these seniors really contributed a lot to this program since they have been here. And although they haven't been as successful as Jeremiah Morgan boots it away deep, taken by the Hawks. Hawks up the middle. Nice return, almost busted up the middle. But that was a really nice long return for Hocking. So Hocking, once again, they'll start or bring their offense out with exceptional field position. As Keontae Devon nearly busted that thing up the middle. But again, the Builders' season record-wise hasn't quite gone as Coach Vincent Brown or any of us would have liked for it to have gone this season. But you have to be really pleased with the groundwork that this senior class has been able to really lay for this program as it continues to recruit. And each year they're bringing in better and better talent. And a lot of times that is based on the impact that your seniors have been able to make.
60, offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So that'll back the offense up another 5 yards. And that was Colton McCartney that got started just a little bit early for the offense. So that'll have the Hocking Hawks starting 1st and 15 as the receiver is in motion. That's Devon. Devon able to bounce it outside, chopped down after about a 6-yard loss. So, of course, Devon able to get back those yards that were lost on the penalty. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and long, 2nd down and about 8.
6 on the play, 2nd and 9.
As again, Joey Moore, the freshman quarterback for Hocking, in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set, single setback. Next to Moore, the give once again to Devon. Devon tests that right side again, and is met at the point of attack, but does not stop his legs from churning and continue to eat up yards until he got close to a 1st down, depending on the spot. And they're going to go ahead and give it to him 1st down, Hawks. So it looks like the Hawks early have found something on the right side of the formation as far as running the football. That's Keontae Devon, who lines up in the slot position but does go in motion into the backfield on occasion. 4 wide receiver set once again. Here's Moore. Pass sailed out of bounds, but a ton of pressure was being put on him right in his face. Was Reed. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped. 8:33 remaining in the first. Builders with a 14-7 lead. Thanks to a 52-yard hookup between Tatum and Petty. As the Builders make their adjustments on defense. Here's Moore. Moore, pressure. Moore, flushed. Moore. Taken down, but not after a nice gain. Reed able to make the stop, but Moore was able to pick up about 9 yards. Now, Joey Moore, listen, folks, he's not a small quarterback. Able to show that he is light on his feet out there. 3rd down, Hawks. Give to McDonald. McDonald had a block on the outside, and I think that lead block may have been enough to give the Hawks a 1st down and based on the spot and what the officials are saying, that's going to be another 1st down for the Hawks. So we saw the Hawks on their first drive show their quick strike potential. And this time on this drive, you see how they can slowly and methodically move the football down the field on a defense. Builders once again wearing the black-on-black uniforms. And as I told you last week, they are winless when they wear that outfit. As McDonald is taken down. So Chandler Perry made the stop. No gain on 1st down. Perry is going to make his way to the sideline. Maybe an equipment issue with his helmet, I'm not sure, but he is off the field, the big nose tackle 6'2", 300 pounds. Devon back in at the slot position. Right before the snap, he normally motions back. He doesn't. Moore is looking for him. That one goes up top. Doesn't stay in the field of play. Nice coverage on this side by, I believe that's Xavier Hunter on the coverage. Keyshawn Barber was the intended receiver. 3rd down and long upcoming. So Builders with another golden opportunity to get the Hawks off the field. Now the Builders on 3rd down are only allowing about their opponent conversion rate on 3rd down is about 38%. So Builders have been really good on 3rd down. As Moore looks, he's pressured. Flush once again, he takes off. This time he is gang tackled. Short of a 1st down. Once again, Tayon Reed coming up from that. Now, he sets up and plays at the linebacker position, but he's actually listed as a defensive back. So Hocking looks to the sideline to decide what they're going to do. Play clock at 24 is 4th down. Hawks aren't taking their, I don't know why I said do not. Hawks aren't taking their offense off the field, so Moore. Single set back to his right. Moore. Over the middle. Pass caught. He may not have made enough. Nope, I take it back. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Thought he might have been short. They needed to get inside the 30-yard line. I thought they needed to. I thought there were a couple of more yards they needed to get, but nice job that time by Moore to Barber, and that's going to be another 1st down for Hocking. As they continue a long, methodical drive that so far has barely even covered 50 yards, but it feels like they've been on the field for 5 minutes. Give. Nope, it's the keeper. Moore busted up the middle. Shoestring tackle by Xavier Hunter stops Moore from scampering into the end zone.
Xavier Hunter with the stop. Gain to the 10-yard line brings up 1st and goal for Hocking.
So ball now sits on the 10-yard line. That's going to be 1st and goal. And if it's anything that the Hawks have showed us thus far, they aren't afraid to go for it on 4th down. So Builders will be looking to defend for the next 4 downs. Hopefully they can create some negative plays and force them into a possible field goal try, but we'll see as the fake handoff taken that time again by Moore. Moore able to surge upfield for a short gain. He may have picked up about a half of a yard on 1st down. That'll make it 2nd and goal now. As Moore looks to the sideline to get the call. Their offensive coordinator is Tate Levitt. So again, Hawks in no hurry. Play clock now at 15. As Moore repositions his halfback to his right. Moore gives. Halfback. Able to get over the left side. Trucks one of the Builders. Did he get in? And he did get in for the touchdown. That's a 9-yard touchdown run for Hocking. Now that's someone different, that one of their starters. That is Janelle Jones, that is able to get into the end zone. 9-yard touchdown run by Janelle Jones. Makes the score now 14-13. As Ryan Pumphrey set to attempt the point after for the Hawks. Hawks trying to get somebody on late. Play clock now at 9. Hawks looking to tie things up. The kick is good. So 4:07 remaining in the first quarter. Our new score. Builders 14. Hawks 15. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
An event-filled first quarter here on Senior Day at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Hawks able to go on a long, methodical drive down the field on the Builder defense. That by the time they got down inside the 10-yard line, there's a good chance that defense was gassed, and John L. Jones was able to muscle his way into the end zone, 9-yard touchdown run by the Hawks, and our new score now 14-14. Folks, strap on your seatbelts. This one is going to get fast as the kickoff is taken. Builders able to find a crease on the near side as Josiah Beecham able to set the Builders up with awesome field position yet again. Builders are going to start this drive at their own 43-yard line. So Builders so far in the football game, their average starting field position has been somewhere between the 30 and the 40-yard line. So Builders with another short field to have to cover to pick up more points. Tatum so far in the ball game efficient at quarterback. He's been productive when he's just simply thrown it to Petty, who's been able with his foot speed to get behind the defense for chunk plays. Tatum with his running back flanked to his left was Green. Builders sack. Kobe Boone. Was Kobe Boone even blocked? Now, unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of replay, and I can't tell, but as quickly as Boone was in from that defensive position on top of Mason Tatum, it looked like he was unblocked. There's a good chance they ran a stunt. Builders did not pass the pass rushers off, and he got a clean lane straight to Mason Tatum. Loss of 8 on the play. 2nd and 18 now, Builders on Senior Day. 4 wide receiver set, single setback is Green as Builders find Corpus behind. Ricardo Corpus gets behind the defense for another chunk play for the Builders. So that's going to put the Builders deep in plus territory on a single play. The Builders give up a sack on first down, but make up for it with a beautiful pass and catch, actually. The catch does have to happen after the pass. Ricardo Corpus able to get behind the defense. So the Builders have it first down. Ball now on the 32-yard line. 2:48 remaining in the first. We're tied 14-14 as Tatum looks. Another wide receiver gets behind the defense. Touchdown, Builders, 32 yards to Joshua Hubbard. Joshua Hubbard with a 32-yard catch. My goodness. Wow. So at the rate we're going, as Jeremiah Morgan is set for the point after, the snap, the hold, the kick is good. So the score now is 21-14. Let's take a break, folks. We'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
.236 remaining, not in the first half, folks, in the first quarter. And there already been 35 points scored in the football game, and we're not even done with the first quarter yet, ladies and gentlemen. 21-14 is our score as Builders able to get back on the scoreboard as Jeremiah Morgan boots it deep. Hocking with a return on, again, this is Devon. But this time Devon unable to get away from the relentless rush of the defense to special teams to get him down. So this is probably going to be their worst starting position of the football game. But again, Builders able to get right back on the scoreboard. 32-yard pass from Tatum to Hubbard. And we were kind of discussing it a little bit here in the break here in the press box. And we're kind of curious to know what type of defense is being called in the secondary for Hocking, because we're noticing that our receivers are easily getting past their defensive backs. I mean, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but that would be an adjustment that they would need to make on defense as Moore back in at quarterback with the give to his big tailback. That's McDonald, who barrels over the right side. That has been their favorite side to run the football on so far in the football game. So McDonald was able to pick up, looks like about 5 yards on first down. So that's going to make it now 2nd and 5 Hocking. Moore with a single setback to his left once again is his running back, McDonald. McDonald able to elude a tackler that had him dead to rights in the backfield. Did a great job of just bouncing it from the outside to the inside to elude the tackler and still surge upfield for about another yard, about 3 yards on the run, maybe a long 2. So it's going to make it 3rd down and about 2, maybe 1.5 yards or so for Hocking. Builders make their substitutions as the play clock now is at 16. McDonald to the right of Moore. 3 wide receiver sets, 1 tight end. Give up the middle to McDonald, and I think McDonald is going to have enough for another Hawks first down. Clock continues to go. We're right around about a minute remaining in the first quarter here on Senior Day. So far, neither team has forced a punt. I take that back. That we did punt once. That's right. Jeremiah Morgan, we did punt the football once. So the ball has been punted only 1 time in the first quarter. Moore looks, delivers. A strike to his wide receiver out of the slot. That is Aiden Sanford. So Nina on the coverage, but Moore put it right where it needed to be for Aiden Sanford. That's SANFORD, period, to make the catch. And that is probably going to be the final play of the first quarter, and an eventful first quarter it has been. 21-14, Builders over Hocking. Folks, let's take a break. And you know what? We'll be back to see if the second quarter is going to be anything like that first. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back, everyone. We're about to get ready for the beginning of the second quarter here on Senior Day. 21-14 is our score, and right now the temperature in the city is about 62 degrees. I think it's about 82 in the press box. Humidity is about 43%, but you can't tell our armpits that. Freshman quarterback Joey Moore in the shotgun for the Hawks. Single setback next to him. Pitch to the outside on the right side here on the near side goes to Mason Reams. That first down pass is going to net gain of about 7 yards, maybe a long 6. So second down and short upcoming. 4 quarterback Moore. 3 wide receiver set, tight end, 1 tight end, 1 tailback, 11 personnel in for the Hawks. Builders only rushing 3, but that does not stop McDonald from making it past the first level and the second level up to the third level of defenders before he's finally brought down inside the 40-yard line, close to about the 46-yard line of the Builders. 1st and 10 Hawks, as once again they mount a very methodical drive. Builders unable to get them off the field on 3rd down. Again, this is a football team, as we can see so far, runs a lot of 11 personnel on offense as the give goes to McDonald again. Boy, McDonald, you know, for a guy his size, man, he is so light on his feet. I mean, when he makes that first cut, it's so smooth. And his footwork is so good at making that first initial tackle or miss that by the time he's tackled, he's another 2 or 3 yards upfield after first contact. So good-looking running back for the Hawks early on in this football game. So now the Hawks have the sun at their back. Let's see how that affects their wide receivers, if it does at all on pass plays. As Moore looks, tries to deliver down the sideline to his wide receiver. Looks like the wide receiver went out of bounds, which made him ineligible. So he must not have come back into the field of play because they did not throw the flag. So he must have touched the football while he was out of bounds, which I don't believe constitutes illegal touching at that point. So the Builders have the Hawks in another 3rd down position, this time 3rd down and 4. As one of their offensive threats, Keontae Devon makes his way back into the game at the slot position. McDonald at tailback. Fake to McDonald. Moore takes off. Moore is going to pick up enough for another 1st down. Kind of looked like it may have been a busted play, but I believe that was a scripted quarterback run by Moore. That once the linebackers committed to going back and pass coverage, that left a lane for him to surge upfield to pick up enough for a 1st down. Game clock now at 12:42 remaining in the first half. Builders with a 21-14 lead, thanks to a 32-yard touchdown pass from Mason Tatum to Hubbard. And that got the Builders back in the lead as that pass out into the left flat is going to fall incomplete. Intended for Keyshawn Barber. It hit him in the hands. And it bounced away. So, again, Keyshawn Barber would have had to look back into the sun at that football. Again, may not have been an issue for him on that catch, on that throw. But as it goes, it's now 2nd down and 10. 4 wide receivers set now for the Hawks. Single setback next to Moore. Here's Moore. Moore, plenty of time. Actually flushed himself out of the pocket, finds an open wide receiver across the middle, and that's a touchdown for Hocking. That is Keontae Devon. That's going to go down as a 26-yard touchdown pass to start the second quarter. Looked like the Builders may have been in a zone defense, and Devon just simply found a soft spot in the middle of the defense and just sat down, showed his numbers to Moore. Moore hit him in the numbers, and that's another touchdown. I think this one might have been hooked. This point after is hooked off to the left, so Pumphrey misses the point after, so the Builders maintain the lead, 21-20. But the Hawks are back on the scoreboard thanks to a 26-yard touchdown throw from Moore to Devon. Point after is no good. Builders maintain a slim lead, 21-20 here on Senior Day. .12-17 left in the first half. Neither defense has been successful at stopping the other team's offense. So unless there are some adjustments that are made defensively at the half, this football game may literally come down to who has the football last in this ball game to decide who is going to win it. So whatever defensive stats each team had coming into the ball game, throw them out the window. They don't mean anything this afternoon. I believe once this one is over, this one is going to mess up the stat sheet for both teams. Builder set to receive. They kick off after the touchdown. Dribbler along the ground. That's going to be covered up at the 30-yard line. So the Builders will take over.
At the 30-yard line.
Again, starting at the 30-yard line, heck, this afternoon for the Builders, this has been a horrible start. This will be horrible starting field position. They've been starting their drives up outside their own 40-yard line just about all day. So this is some of the worst starting field position, the 30-yard line for the Builders and Mason Tatum, who has a single setback behind him. That's going to be Lawrence Reed, four wide receiver set. Tatum with the pitch. Reed tried to get around the right side a little bit too much penetration by the inside linebacker is Jacob Mattis. Jacob Mattis plays the will linebacker position while Nate Amato plays the Mike and Cody Rito plays the Sam linebacker position. And I'll tell you why that matters in just a moment. Tatum looks to the sideline. Builders with their standard four wide receiver set, single setback behind Tatum. Fake. Nope, the give to Reed. Thought Reed had a rush lane up the middle. Nothing was there. Well, he was able to pick up about 3 yards on second down, so the Builders are still off schedule. So it's going to bring up third down and long, and I mentioned which of the inside linebackers plays the will, the Mike, and the Sam position. A lot of times if you listen during broadcast, you'll hear the quarterback yell out, I don't know, 33's the Mike, 33's the Mike. So what does that mean? He's basically barking out what the defensive set is based on who is playing the Mike linebacker position. If it's somebody different, then you're able to diagnose what their defensive set is. As Tatum is able to scurry upfield, get out of bounds, late hit on the sideline. Will it draw a flag? The home side is screaming for one. No flag on the far side. Now, everybody knows if that hard hit had taken place on the near side near the Builder sideline, there's a good chance a flag would have gone in the air because we would have lobbied hard for one until we got one. But as it goes, Mason Tatum is able to pick up enough for a first down. Drive continues. 10:20 remaining in the first half. Tatum sets, looks, nice protection up front. Builders finally get a receiver who wiggles open into a soft spot in the Hawk zone. That is Pierkowski, his first catch of the afternoon. The 6'5", 205-pound sophomore got lost by the defense. Builders able to take advantage of it and pick up another first down. Builders now in plus territory. Play clock at 20, game clock at 9:40. Lawrence, the senior tailback for the Builders, unable to get much going this afternoon. Tatum looks, finds Petty again. Petty, spin move, doesn't get away from the defender, but a huge pickup down to the 15-yard line is Takevian Petty, who is having a career afternoon, yardage-wise, in the first half. Not the game, but just the first half. He already has a touchdown catch, a 52-yarder, and Takevian Petty is limping just a little bit. Keep in mind, he's not the biggest guy in the world, folks. He's 5'9", 165 pounds, but the way he plays, man, oh my gosh. Mason Tatum holds onto the football, and he's taken down by Daniel Walker. For Daniel Walker, that is his second sack of the afternoon. I think that may have been a busted play. I think there may have been some miscommunication on that play, and Tatum decided to just protect the football and take the sack, but that pushes the Builders back 6 yards. Second down and 16 upcoming for the Builders. Now, if you notice, for the Hawks, they are playing practically zero coverage. There are no deep safeties on the field right now. If the Builders can get someone behind the defense, they can get a touchdown, and they do just that. Touchdown. That's Ernest Harris, the 6'6", 210-pound sophomore who was able to beat his one-on-one matchup in the corner of the end zone. Mason Tatum just threw up a 50-50 ball, and when you have a 6'6" receiver, the chances of him winning the one-on-ones are tremendous, and that's exactly what Harris does. The point after is no good. So Jeremiah Morgan, who very rarely ever misses a point after, misses that one. So the score is going to remain 27-20, Builders over the Hawks. We will be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you will learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Okay. (27-20) is our new score, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to a 21-yard touchdown pass, Mason Tatum, to Ernest Harris in the corner of the end zone. Builder missed the point after. Football goes back over to Hocking. This is the kickoff return. Good job by the returner to get the football out past the 30-yard line, and that's where the offense is going to take over. Sterling Homer makes the stop, and for Mason Tatum, I believe, came into this afternoon's contest only about two touchdowns shy of, I believe, either tying or breaking the career total number of touchdowns accounted for in a career, and he's already broken that, so he is now the career leader in touchdowns in Builder football history, and he does it on senior day as the big running back McDonald, absolutely rumbles over here to the right side. Now, I don't know if it's the hair and the number, but from here he kind of looks like Najee Harris as he runs the football for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, again, it could be the number. They do wear the same number, and it could be the hair at the back of the helmet. I don't know, but boy, he is a load to bring down once he gets up a head of steam. He's able to pick up about 5.5 yards on first down. So the Hawks on this drive have an opportunity to tie as Moore waits, looks, finds his wide receiver all the way down inside the 25-yard line is Aiden Sanford. And Moore with a nice touch on the ball because Aiden Sanford was essentially double covered. The Builders had coverage underneath and they had coverage over the top as if they were running a two-deep shell, but Aiden Sanford was able to find just a soft spot in between both defenders, but the delivery by Moore was spot on. And keep in mind, this guy is a freshman quarterback. But if the defensive line can't put any pressure on him, he will have enough time to find deep receivers like that as the pitch on the end around goes to Devon. Devon looks, scampers, he gets all the way in, 21-yard touchdown run by Keontez Devon. I'm sorry, that wasn't 9, that was 6. So that was Keyshawn Barber with the end around pitch to get it to the end zone, 21-yard touchdown run by Barber. So Pumphrey will try to knot the score up at 27 apiece. And he hooks another one, this one a little bit more badly. No, wow. Was I the only one that looked at that one and thought it didn't get anywhere near the uprights, but it did. So it's going to be 27-27. 6:22 left in the first half. This is nuts. Okay, somebody's got to stop somebody today. Can somebody, anybody, somebody, stop somebody today? This is a 27-27 score. And, folks, there's still a shade under 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter. So there still could be some scoring that can happen between now and the halftime break. Again, whatever each team's defensive statistics were coming into this afternoon's game, you should just put an asterisk by this one because this one is going to screw up everybody's stat sheet for the rest of the season. Neither team able to stop the other team's offense. Now, usually the rule of thumb in defense, folks, is when you defend the field from long to short. I don't know if both teams are coming in with the philosophy, let's defend from short to long, because right now both teams are giving up the long ball to each other. So that's not an issue as long as the Builders are able to keep pace, and so far they've been able to do just that as the Builders get set to get the football back on offense. As that dribbler, and there's a flag, and that's going to be offsides more than likely on Hocking. We'll get the official call from Mike Barber. Believe it or not, folks, there have not been a lot of penalty flags in this football game. We've only heard from Mark Barber maybe twice so far in the game. Yeah, one of those times we heard from him was actually the actual coin toss. So other than that, we have not heard the sweet melodic voice of Mark Barber much at all today.
Offsides. Kicking team. Number 16. 5 yards from the succeeding spot. First down, Apprentice.
I love it. Did y'all hear that? Somebody should tell Mark Barber to not chew his gum while he's giving the call. So they're going to march him back 5 yards. No, I take that back. The kickoff is going to stand. So what they do is they add an additional 5 yards in penalty yards and push the Builders upfield another 5 yards. So this is going to definitely skew the starting field position totals for the Builders with this starting field position. Look, folks, they're starting at the Hawk 31-yard line, 6:22 left. We're tied 27-27. So the Builders, once again, with their customary 4 wide receiver set, single setback next to Tatum is Green this time, not Reed. Play clock now at 15. This time, Hocking sends their safeties. That's not really deep, but they do send them back away from the line of scrimmage as the give goes to Green, and he's chopped down quickly by Daniel Walker, the defensive end for Hocking. So the clock continues to tick. Maybe a quarter of a yard gain on first down, making it second down and 9 3/4. Safety still shallow right now for Hocking as Tatum flushed out of the pocket, has time, deals over the middle. Ricardo Corpus with the catch. And he's going to rumble down near the 10-yard line, I think somewhere around about the 12. So that's a Builder first down. Will not be first down and goal. Builders still have an opportunity to pick up another first down without scoring as the clock continues to tick. 5.5 minutes now remaining in the first half. Play clock at 22. Builders with plenty of time. Safeties now are down near the line of scrimmage. Single coverage here on the right side with Pikowski. This may be a 50-50 jump ball in the left side of the end zone as he looks that way. He throws it. Pikowski able to catch, squeeze the football. Touchdown, Builders. That is a 12-yard touchdown pass from Mason Tatum to Pikowski. And you can see that one coming from here in the press box. I'm pretty sure the guys here can agree with me. They saw that coming, right? Y'all saw that? Okay, we all saw that. We're all in agreement here in the press box. We all saw that 12-yard touchdown pass coming. Pikowski with one-on-one coverage on the left side as the point after is up and all the way into one of the bushes outside of the Apprentice School Athletic Center. That one is good. 34-27 is our score, as Pikowski gets the 6. Let's step away and take a break. 5:06 remaining in the first half.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
34-27 is our score. 5:06 remaining in the football game. And after the Hawks were able to score their 21-yard touchdown run, that happened at the 6:22 mark of the second quarter. And I mentioned that there's still some scoring that could potentially be left in this football game in the first half. And sure enough, a minute and 18 seconds later, the Builders are back on the scoreboard. Point after was good, 34-27, as the kickoff from Morgan is taken. The return man is chopped down around the 26-yard line. Slow to get up is Devon. I'm sure the Hawks hope he's okay, Keontae Devon, because they have definitely needed him this afternoon on offense. So 5 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. And again, which defense can actually come up with a stop? Whatever defense can come up with a stop, they can actually start to put some distance between them and the other team. So right now, Builders have their safeties about 15 yards or 10 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. Single coverage on the near side here between the receiver and the defensive back, but that doesn't matter as the pitch goes off the left side to their running back.
Jamil Jones on the carry for the Hawks. Gain is enough for a Hocking first down.
That is Jonell Jones with the carry. Jonell Jones already has accounted for a touchdown this afternoon, a 32-yard touchdown run that took place in the first quarter. Clock continues to run. 4:36 left. 4 wide receiver set now for the Hawks. Single set back next to Moore. Builders rush 4 this time, but the pass is still complete. On the left side, I believe that's Keyshawn Barber with the catch. So that is about a 7 to 8 yard pickup. So the football is going to sit right at around midfield. Clock still continues to roll. We're just under 4 minutes left. Builders once again only rushing 3, which has really enabled the quarterback Moore to really see the field. That time on the RPO, he decides to keep it. He's going to be taken down right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on second down, so third down upcoming. So once again, Builder mindset should be that we have to defend for 2 downs, not just third, unless there's a huge loss of the play, which I actually believe if that happens, the Hawks are still going to go for it on fourth down. They are pretty fearless when it comes to that. All the analytics do tell you at a certain down and distance that going forward on fourth down is a good idea. Builders put on a run blitz, able to get to the running back and drop him for a loss. No, he didn't drop him for a loss, dropped him right at the line of scrimmage. So Coach Craig Moore has a decision to make. They have not punted all day long. So Craig Moore looks, he's thinking. You can see it. Offense is not coming off the field. The play clock is now under 20. So by the looks of it, unless they rush the special units team onto the field, they're not going to kick this play clock now at 10. Now, if they haven't started the play yet, they're more than likely either going to call a timeout, take a penalty, and just move it back and punt as the timeout comes with 1 second left on the play clock. Tell you what, let's step away real quick and we'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
Timeout. Hocking, their first of the half.
So just because they...
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima.
Okay, 2:17 left in the first half. Hocking just came off of a timeout. Now the offense is back on the field, and as my wife pointed out to me, place kicking wise, they are awful. If you've watched the entire game, you've seen the struggles that they've had on kickoffs. So if they've had struggles with kickoffs, can you imagine what they would have punting? So look for Moore to possibly keep this one, and he does. He runs off a lead block, and he's going to, depending on the spot, if they gave him a first down, he just barely got it. So it is going to depend. Nope, they're not even going to spot it. The officials are going to go ahead and say enough for a first down. If he needed 3 yards, he picked up 3 yards and a blade of grass. So I don't know if you heard it underneath the broadcast, but the referee asked the chain gang to not move the clip. So they're going to put the yard markers back where they were, and they're actually going to measure for this. So again, the spot of the football was extremely important. Because if they spotted it just a tad bit short but were eyeballing it and gave them the first down, that's one thing. But if they spotted it short, didn't move the clip on the far side, and the chain gang comes out and measures and he's short, there is no instant replay to go back and look to see if the ball should be respotted. So this is kind of a huge deal right here before we go into the half. So the stretch of the chain is going to be enough for a first down by at least half of the football. So there's a good chance that Coach Brown wanted them to actually measure for that one.
Reset the game clock to 1 minute, 59 seconds.
So once the play clock is reset, they're going to whistle the clock to start because that was a running play by Moore. So Hocking is trying to just, keep away with the football and try to maybe put some points on the board going into the half, and we're going to get a stoppage. That's going to be a timeout.
Timeout.
That coach going to be taken by Coach Vincent Brown and the Builders. That is their first timeout of the half. It comes with 1:49 remaining in the first half here. And while they take a break, we'll do the same. We will be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
34-27 is our score. Thank you for staying with us. I hope you've been entertained. We have a lot of fireworks this afternoon on Senior Day here at the Builder Athletic Center. Here in Newport News, Virginia, as the Builders are taking on the Hocking College Hawks out of Nelsonville, Ohio. Entertaining game so far. Neither defense has really been able to stop the other's offense. First down and 10 for the Hawks. After that measurement for a first down, Moore pressured. He delivers. Looks for his wide receiver on the outside. Will there be a flag? No. Even though there was a little bit of pulling on the jersey of the wide receiver, we could see it all the way here from the press box. But, of course, if the flag wasn't thrown, it did not happen. So second down and 10 upcoming now for the Hawks. 4 wide receiver set for the Hawks, single set back next to Moore. Moore tries to set up the screen, but it is going to get blown up by Xavier Hunter, who read that one from the secondary, came in quickly to knock down Keyshawn Barber for a loss on the play. So that's about a 5 to 6 yard loss that time. So beautiful job of just being disciplined on the outside with his assignment is Xavier Hunter. Instead of waiting when his assignment stepped back behind the line of scrimmage, he immediately attacked. Did not give the blocks an opportunity to get on top of him, and he dropped the wide receiver for about a 5 yard loss on second down. Here's third down and a flag. And that's going to be a false start on the offense.
False start. Offense. Set. 5 yard penalty. Third down.
Yeah, I think his gum might have gotten in the way that time. He didn't quite give the number. He said 7, and then he stopped and took a swallow, and he never did finish who the penalty was dropped on. So as it goes, that's another 5 yard loss. That's going to make it now third down and 20. So that should make playing defense pretty easy for the Builders, but you have to keep this in mind. They are going to go for it on fourth down if there's no loss on the play. So the goal of the Hawks is to try to pick up at least half of this on third down to give yourself an opportunity on fourth as Moore is going to pick up more than half of it as he lowers his shoulder right into the tackler, and the big freshman quarterback picks up 21 yards on a 3rd and 20. So Hocking will continue the drive, 39 seconds remaining.
Timeout. Hocking, their second and a half.
So the Hawks will take a timeout. 39 yards is what 37 yards is what they need to cover to get into the end zone to try to give themselves an opportunity to tie the score going into the halftime break. And that was just a case of the Builders not quite being disciplined on defense. Now up front, they were able to put pressure on the quarterback, but the linebackers had already vacated the middle of the field, so nobody was there to contest Moore as he rumbled downfield to pick up 21 yards. He was actually brought down by one of the defensive backs, I believe, on the play, and not one of the linebackers. So Builders surrendered 21 on 3rd down and 20. So the new line of scrimmage now for Hocking is the Builder 37-yard line. They have, I believe, 1 timeout remaining in the half. So they still have plenty of time to, throw in the middle of the field, get down, clock the football, try to save that last timeout. So 4 wide receiver set. Single set back to the right of Moore. As Moore has time. Looks for his back, looks for his wide receivers. That picked off. And they're going to mark it. That is going to be a turnover. So the Builders are able to hold thanks to number 21 in coverage for the Builders. And the Builders force, I think, the second turnover of the afternoon. The first one was a fumble recovery. So the Builders will take over 1st and 10 inside their own 10-yard line. So really the Builders will probably just play it safe, run the football, force Hocking to probably use their last timeout, and then just run the football out of the half. And, of course, Hocking is going to get it first coming out of the halftime locker room as Ja'Shawn Jackson ranges over to pick off the pass from Moore. And the Builders are in business. 34-27 is our score. Builders with a 7-point lead. 51 total points scored in the first half. I'm sorry, that's 61 total points as Ricardo Corpus gets the pass to the left flat. He's able to step out of bounds and stop the clock with 28 seconds left. So Builders decide to be a little aggressive. So let's see if the defensive coordinator takes the safeties and pulls them further from the line of scrimmage, which he does now, because they've been playing zero coverage much of the afternoon. Play clock at 18. Game clock at 28. 4 wide receivers set again with a single set back read next to Tatum. Builders aggressive again as Petty able to get the catch. Able to get over to the right side. He's pushed out of bounds, and that is going to stop the clock again. So that's about a 21-yard pickup. So Coach Vincent Brown says, I don't care. We're going to be aggressive heading into the halftime locker room. So the Builders in their 2-minute offense with 21 seconds remaining in the first half. Play clock at 20. Takavian Petty has to be somewhere close to about 150 yards receiving in the half. Tatum looked for Petty. He wasn't there. So he does the wise thing. He throws the football out of bounds. That stops the clock with 14 seconds left. That time it looked like every single wide receiver for the Builders was just running a go route. Now, if you want to try to confuse the secondary, someone has to run something short to try to force one of the corners to have to make a decision of whether I'm going to defend short or whether I'm going to defend deep. So if you want to get Petty loose, your outside wide receiver has to cut inside and force them to make a choice as Petty in the middle of the field wide open, but instead tries to get it to Harris. Harris gave up on the route, and a flag comes in, and that's probably why. It was a good chance he was interfered with. So if that is the call, that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. So I'm not really sure why everybody is walking all the way down to where the flag is.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. 15 yards from previous spot. Automatic first down.
Yeah, so the offense needs to come back. Yeah, this isn't the NFL. They don't spot. There's not a spot foul in college. It's only a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And I think the Builders are going to take a timeout,
Hocking.
and they are.
Their final
So does
timeout at
Hocking.
half.
Interesting. Hocking takes the timeout. Okay. All right, we'll step away and take a break along with them. 7 seconds left in half. We'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
The pass interference penalty now puts the football at the Hocking 45-yard line, and based on the discussion that we had here in the Jimmy Wilson press box, which has finally cooled down a little bit, I know you're probably wondering, well, why would they call that timeout on defense if you're Hocking? Well, for one, you want to set your defense and also let them know to not commit pass interference, because essentially this could be the last play of the half. So if you commit pass interference on this play, the Builders get one untimed down. Now, there are 7 seconds. The Builders could throw something quick, try to get down, call a timeout, and get out of bounds, and see if you can try for a long field goal attempt by Jeremiah Morgan. That pass is complete over here on the near side. The receiver goes out of bounds. Where are they going to mark this? This is a 35-yard line. So this is going to be about a 52-yard field goal attempt by the senior place kicker, Jeremiah Morgan. Hocking does not have any timeout, so they can't try to freeze the kicker. So this, of course, will be the last play of the half. Jeremiah Morgan does have the leg for this. We've seen it throughout his career. But that one is going to be blocked. So that is going to trickle out of bounds. And that is how the first half is going to end here on Senior Day at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. So, folks, after one half of play, your score, Builders 34, the Hawks of Hocking College 27. We'll be back for second half action. We're going to step away. We'll see you back here real soon.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.
We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the second half here at the Apprentice School Athletics the Apprentice School Athletic Center in Newport News, Virginia. Folks, today the Builders are continuing their contest with Hocking College, the Hawks out of Nelsonville, Ohio. And I don't know if stats do or don't always tell the tale of the tape when it comes to a game, but some very notable statistics from the first half. Let's start with the visiting Hawks of Hocking College. Joey Moore, their freshman quarterback, in the first half, 10 of 16 passing for 106 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Their leading rusher on the afternoon is Brendan McDonald. He has 12 carries for 95 yards. Now, the most of his 95 yards came off of one 56-yard run in the first half. Their leading receiver on the afternoon is Aiden Stanford. He has 2 catches for 50 yards. One of those catches went for 25. So I know the scoreboard says a different story. There are 27 points on the board for Hocking, but they've done it as efficiently as they possibly can, and they've been able to again, amass 27 points in the first half. As far as time of possession, as far as third down conversion, they're converting 71% of their third downs, 5 of 7, and the time of possession in the ball game so far for Hocking has been almost 20 minutes of the first half. 19:51 is how long they held onto the football, to 10 minutes and 9 seconds the Builders had theirs. Now, the Builders have the lead 34-27 thanks to a lot of chunk plays, not necessarily methodical drives. The Builders have just been able to get chunk plays here and there, more notably to Tacavian Petty. And we'll get to his stats in a moment. Now, for the Builders, Mason Tatum at quarterback, the senior quarterback, he is 13 of 17. Listen at this, folks. 301 yards in the first half, 4 touchdowns. So he is on pace to throw for over 600 yards if they maintain the pace, and possibly 7 to 8 touchdowns in the football game. So if you're going to do something like that, do it on senior day, because Mason Tatum has already gotten into the record books or moved to first in the record books all time for the Builders in both passing yards and passing touchdowns. Mason Tatum is now the leader all time in Apprentice School football history. He is now the leading passer all time. He is now the passing touchdown leader all time for the Builders. So congratulations to senior quarterback Mason Tatum, who in this second half now has an opportunity to pad those stats even more against this Hawks defense. Now, Hocking did defer the first half. They did win the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will receive the second half kickoff. Now, as far as rushing, not a whole lot there for the Builders. The leading rusher today is Lawrence Reed. Lawrence Reed has only run the football, folks, for 2 yards. He is the leading rusher this afternoon. Tacavian Petty, 5 catches, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. As that Jeremiah Morgan kickoff is going to go out of bounds, that will be a penalty. So that'll move the football out, I believe, to the 30-yard line for the Hawks, and that is where they'll take over on this first possession of the second half. So it's difficult to tell whether stats really do tell the tale of this football game. By the looks of the stat sheet, the Builders should probably have at least a 2 to 3 touchdown lead, but as it goes, they are up by 1
Free
score.
kick out of bounds, number 49 of the kicking team. 3 yards from the free kick line, first down.
Well, the good news is I think Mike Barber spit out his gum, so we're good to go there. So freshman quarterback Joey Moore is back in for the Hawks. Again, he threw for 109 yards, 1 touchdown. He actually did some damage with his legs. He ran for 63 yards in the first half as he looks for his wide receiver on the outside, decides to go up top, finds his wide out. That's going to be a long pickup for Mason Reams. being defended on the play by Karimi Trueblood, but Karimi Trueblood unable to get in front of the big wide receiver, and that's going to be a chunk play, first play of the half by the Hawks. So that'll put the new line of scrimmage deep inside Builder territory, about the 24-yard line is where Moore and his single setback to his left in the backfield. The give. That time the running back is going to be tracked down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play. That was Austin Flippin, able to get in behind the running back and bring him down for a loss on the play. That was Janelle Jones on the carry. Janelle Jones, the freshman running back, still stays in the football game to the right of Moore. Full wide receiver set. Builders with their safeties deep. Moore tries to deliver over the middle. He finds his wide receiver in the middle of the Builder zone. That is going to be a catch. And that's going to set Hocking up first and goal. Keyshawn Barber was the intended wide receiver. So 3 plays, and just like that, the Hawks are inside the 5-yard line of the Builders, actually at the 5-yard line of the Builders, with an opportunity to punch this thing in and try to knot this score up at 34 points apiece. So the starter, McDonald, is back in at tailback. He gets the carry around the left side, and he is able to shuffle down and into the end zone for a 5-yard score for the Hawks, and that makes the score now 34-33. So the scoring pace kind of picks up right where it left off in the first half, as Hocking is able to come down 4 plays, 70 yards, and they're into the end zone for 6, as Pumphrey, who's already missed a point after, set to attempt this point after. Looks like he hooked the heck out of that one, and that one again is no good. So the Builders will maintain a 1-point lead, 34-33, 13:02 remaining in the third. As you couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half if you are Hocking, as McDonald is able to get around the left side and get into the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown run. The point after was no good. So the Builders again will hold to that 34-33 lead at the 13:02 mark of the third quarter. So I think the question that a lot of us had with both teams as they went into the halftime locker room, what defensive adjustments will these teams make, if any? I think for both teams, I think the defensive adjustment is like really simple. Just point to your free and your strong safety and say, hey guys, move back. That's all you got to do. Just keep everything in front of you. If they complete something short, that's fine. But you don't want to give up the big plays, the plays that happen outside the numbers. And that's exactly what happened as the Builders gave up a big play to the kickoff, to the person that actually kicked the football off. That one's going to be picked up. Builders have an opportunity on special teams. One man to beat, and it didn't happen, but a huge return on the kickoff is Elijah Nichols, but there is a flag. This flag is more than likely going to be against the return team, but the Builders had an opportunity. So depending on what the mark-off is from on this penalty, the Builders will probably still start in plus territory, even if it's a 15-yard penalty.
Play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Return team, number 82 for taunting. 15, dead ball spot. Now.
And that is one of those mental mistake type of penalties, and those are the ones that drive coaches crazy, because taunting another team you actually have control over that. So that is going to cost the Builders a 15 yards of field position. So that's going to push the football back to the Hawks' 44-yard line. Instead of it potentially being somewhere down around the red zone. But still a good return nonetheless, even with the penalty. The Builders with a short field to work with. As Hocking came out, put together a 4-play, 70-yard drive to get into the end zone to pull themselves within one. As the Builders go back to the air to, I was going to say Petty, but that's not Petty. That one goes to Joshua Hubbard. So a big chunk play for the Builders to move the football from the 44-yard line down to the 25-yard line. So the Hawks defense still unable to stop the pass in the second half as they put a single safety high. Linebackers still near the line of scrimmage as Reed sits in the backfield for pass pro. This one over the middle to Petty. Touchdown, Builders! That's a 25-yard touchdown strike from Mason Tatum to Takavian Petty. So for Takavian Petty, that is his second touchdown catch of the afternoon. That now puts him, that puts him at 174 yards receiving on the afternoon, and we're just at the start of the third as the Jeremiah Morgan point after is good. There is a flag on the field, but that one will go against Hocking. Yeah, more than likely that's going to be on Hocking. I did see one on the far side of the formation jump into the neutral zone. But we'll get the final call, excuse me, from the referee.
Offside, defense, penalty decline, try successful.
So our new score is 41-33. We're going to step away and take a break. We will be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans.
345 yards passing on the afternoon so far from Mason Tatum, and we still have a quarter and 3/4 left to go as Jeremiah Morgan puts that one through the end zone. So that'll be a touchback. The Builders have now extended their lead to 41-33 on the afternoon. So now it's up to the Hawks to keep pace on the scoreboard. So once again, we were all wondering what would be the defensive adjustments, and that is going to be nada, nothing, zilch, 0, -9 so far in the second half, as both teams have been able to mount scoring drives in less than 3 minutes into the third quarter. This is nuts. Here's Jones. Jones met in the backfield. Well, he was met in the backfield, but he was still able, I believe, to get away and get upfield for at least maybe a 1-yard gain on first down, as it looks like Jones is slow to get up off of the turf. So we're going to get an official's timeout As you can see, the Hocking players taking a knee. They're taking a look at Jones's ankle. So tell you what, while they tend to him, we will step away and we'll come back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
John Neal Jones was the injured player, and thankfully, while we were away, he was able to be helped up off the turf, and he was able to get off under his own power. So that is always an encouraging sign. So that's a good thing as play continues. Brandon McDonald, who comes into the second half as the leading ball carrier yardage-wise for the Hawks. Finished the afternoon or the first half of the day with 93 yards, able to pick up about 4, close to 5 yards on that play. So he hasn't quite eclipsed 100 yards just yet, but this is going to bring up third down and about 5 for the visiting Hawks. And as we both know, they don't punt. So there's a good chance they may use this as the whole field today as 4 down toward territory as Moore tries to deliver long pass out to the flat, and that is going to be enough by a couple of yards for the big wideout. Actually, their tight end, Kahari Robinson, who comes up himself limping. And he's not going to make it to the sideline, and he goes down, so we're going to get another stoppage in play.
Official timeout for injury.
So we really able to see what the cause of the injury was here on the near side. So tell you what, we'll step away, and we'll take a break. 41-33 is our score in the third.
The thing that sets Whirlies apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Whirlies is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Whirlies is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Whirlies, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as a paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical.
Kahari Robinson able to make it off of the field after that injury. As play resumes, the give goes to Brandon McDonald, but he stood up at the line of scrimmage on first down, so that's going to make it second down and 10 for the Hawks, who are, again, trying to keep pace with the Builders in this football game on the scoreboard, because essentially this has been a track meet, folks. 74 points have been scored in this football game thus far. And by the way things are going, there's a good chance we may eclipse 100 total points on the scoreboard by the time this one is over. It's going to look like a Pac-12 football game before we know it. So Moore with the give to McDonald. McDonald is able to surge ahead. Looks like he may have picked up about 4 on the play, so that puts him over the century mark rushing this afternoon. So he has about the same amount of rush yards as Moore has passing in the football game. So that'll bring up 3rd down. So again, depending on what the Builders do here on 3rd down, that will dictate what Hocking will do on 4th. And so far, they have not punted. Even when they was 3rd down and I think like 20. As we are going to get a false start.
77 offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So that's going to be the left tackle, Ricardo Frazier, that got started just a little early. So that'll make it now 3rd and 11. So we've almost had the same amount of penalties here early in the 3rd quarter as we did the entire first half. We only have 4 penalty flags in the first half, and they were all on the Hawks. Builders did not pick up 1 single flag in the first half. Play clock under 10. Moore tries to look for his wide receiver. He's open, but he just airmails it over to the medical table where Kiari Robinson is getting his leg looked at. He was an ineligible receiver, so he couldn't catch it. So that's going to force a 4th down. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting because one of their wide receivers has been handling all of the kicking duties this afternoon. Let's see, that is Mason Reams has been handling their kicking duties, and he's been awful. I'm just gonna put it out there. If his mom and dad are watching, I apologize. Let's see how he does on his punts. Much better on his punts. So maybe all their kickoffs should just be punts. So the ball is going to be touched dead at the Builder 33-yard line, and that's where Mason Tatum, the newly anointed passing yard leader and passing touchdown leader in Builder history, Mason Tatum will take the field, which will more than sure get him into the Builder Hall of Fame. I don't know how many years you have to be removed from the sport to be eligible. I have to check and see. Builders come with their 4 wide receiver set, single set back. Next to Mason is Green. Builders lead 41-33, 8.5 minutes left in the 3rd. Tatum finds Petty. Petty already over 170-plus yards, 175 on the afternoon, is able to get upfield. So Takavian Petty continues his march towards 200 yards receiving on the afternoon, and I'd be doggone if I didn't leave him on my bench in fantasy football. Probably should have played him today. I didn't. I decided to play Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State. Here's Tatum. Tatum airmails that one. He was looking for his big wide receiver, Ernest Harris. Ernest Harris goes about 6'6". If he may have been 7'2", he might have had a shot at pulling that one in. Tatum delivered that one as if he was throwing to Wembanyama. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 as Reed motions out of the backfield. Tatum looks for Reed, but Reed was covered on the play nicely by the corner. So Malik Spragley with the coverage. So it's going to now make it 3rd down and long coming for the Builders. Builders have the football in plus territory They're on it, the ball is sitting on the Hocking 49-yard line as the clock is now stopped at 7:46 remaining. Here's Tatum. Tatum snowed under, and he's going to be sacked. 3 Hawks make their way to the quarterback for the sack. He was met initially by Daniel Walker, and for Daniel Walker, if I'm not mistaken, that is his 3rd sack of the afternoon from the defensive end position. So Tatum had time, just could not find an open receiver. So again, protected the football and just ate it, took the sack. So Jeremiah Morgan is set to punt it away as the pressure is on Morgan. Gets away a good punt, which takes a nice builder bounce all the way down to the 15-yard line. Jeremiah Morgan, one of the senior honorees this afternoon. I was hoping he would never graduate, but we can't keep the guy in school until he's 30. So the Hawks go back on offense with Joey Moore, their freshman quarterback. And I have to admit, he has not played today like a freshman. He looks like he's been playing this, running this offense for a couple of years or so. So the future is bright, in my opinion, at quarterback for Hocking. But this time Moore with the keeper. He's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a half of a yard or a yard loss on the play. Clock continues to run, though. 6:44 left in the third on senior day. Builders have all day have continued to rush 3 down linemen. Played 3. I think they're playing 1, 2, 3 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. As Devon faked the carry to Devon. This time Moore continues to keep it along the left side. He's able to get upfield for about 4, looks like, on second down. So to bring up third down and about 4 upcoming. So Hocking continue to take their time. Play clock now at 15. Single set back next to Moore is McDonald, but they try a quick slant to Reams. That one falls incomplete. So once again, it's going to be decision time for Coach Moore. Will he punt it? Looks like the offensive unit is making their way off of the field. And Mason Reams, the wide receiver, is going to drop back to receive the snap from center to try to get away a punt. Now, the last time he was out there and punted, he actually did a pretty decent job. Has sort of that rugby-style kick where they take it and they kind of run with the football before they punt it. As he does so here. Bit of a line drive punt that is fielded by the Builders. Builders with another return set up. If there are no penalties, this could possibly go all the way into the end zone. One man to beat was Reams, but the Builders are brought down about the 2-yard line. Awesome return by the Builders to set themselves up. 1st and goal. Inside the 5-yard line are the Builders. Beautiful job by Beecham to take that live line drive punt, able to hit the wall that the Builders had built up on the near side. Only one man to beat was Mason Reams. The punter wasn't able to do so, and the ball is going to be spotted at about the 2-yard line. Builders with an opportunity to bust this one wide open on the scoreboard at the 5:15 mark of the third quarter. Now 2 backs. to the left and right of Tatum. The give is going to be to Reed on senior day, and Reed is able to get in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Builders. Lawrence Reed, 2 yards. So Lawrence Reed gets onto the scoreboard, or gets into the scoring column for the Builders. So Reed scores a touchdown on senior day. That touchdown takes place at the 5:11 mark of the third quarter as Jeremiah Morgan, another senior, puts it through the uprights, and it is good. 48-33 is our new score. Builders have now put a little bit more distance between themselves and the Hocking Hawks. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
5:11 remaining here in the third as Jeremiah Morgan is set to kick it away to the Hawks. This one is fielded but bobbled and dropped. That's going to give the pursuit team either an opportunity to get on top of him or open up a crease, and it does the latter as Devon is able to get it close to the 45-yard line, and a Builder goes down grabbing his calf. That could be a cramp. And I'll tell you one thing, if you've ever caught a cramp while you were running, that hurts just about as bad as an injury. So they're going to get him stretched out. It's going to be uncomfortable for a few minutes, though. But they're going to get him all stretched out. But for the time being, the clock is stopped at 5:01 left in the third. Builders have put a little bit more distance between themselves and the visiting Hawks from Hocking, 48-33, 15-point cushion on the scoreboard for the Builders as they continue to stretch out. The Builder on the field just caught a glimpse of the number to see who that was on the field. That is in a lot of discomfort. That's Zeldon Ware. He's one of the freshman defensive backs for the Builders. So if his mom is watching, it's okay. He's just cramped. So what they'll do, they'll get him over, probably like we said the other week, right? Give him a glass of pickle juice and mustard, which sounds disgusting together, unless both of those are on top of a hot dog. Now, both of those are on a hot dog. Tell you what, get him over to the sideline, get him a hot dog with relish and mustard, and I guarantee you he'll be right as rain by the fourth quarter. So, again, Mason Tatum is now your passing yard leader and your passing touchdown leader all time for the Builders as they attempt to get the defensive back up on his feet. And they're able to get him to the sideline. I don't know what we call that. What do we call the way they take him off the field? I don't know what that was. We'll keep it simple and say he's being carried off the field. That's what we'll do. So first down, Hawks from their own 44-yard line. Moore has time, finds his receiver, and he's going to be brought down just shy of half of the as a matter of fact, they're going to change their position now. They're saying he was brought down right at the midfield stripe. So that's going to be pickup of 5 on the play. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. Builders have single high safety, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Builders showed blitz, but are pulling out of it. Nope, they're coming with the linebacker blitz, and they catch Moore behind the line of scrimmage. So nice job by the Builders to get in between or get into the A gap, which is the gap between the center and the guard, to make their way to Moore to bring Moore down on a design quarterback run behind the line of scrimmage. So that's about a loss of 3 yards on the play, making it 3rd down and 8. Now in the first half, the Hawks didn't punt at all. Builders have forced them into 2 punts this afternoon. They have an opportunity here for 3 as that one falls incomplete. That intended receiver was Keyshawn Barber, but that bounced about a yard in front of Keyshawn Barber, and the Builders have another defensive back that is starting to cramp. That's Xavier Hunter on the far side as he tries to limp his way to the sideline. Special teams unit is now on the field for the Hawks.
Mason Reeves on the punt for the Hawks. Josiah Beecham back deep to receive.
Builders with a 15-point lead, about to receive this punt from Mason Reeves. As the play clock expires. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
83, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So for a Hawks football team that pretty much played a relatively clean first half, second half has been a little bit more disjointed coming out of the locker room, not as smooth, even though they have scored, as Reeves gets off a pretty decent punt again. If that Pitts is going to run, and it does, and it bounces and goes out of bounds right at the Builder 30-yard line. So Mason Tatum makes his way back onto the field. And with this being senior day, I don't care what the final score is, he's going to play pretty much the entire game this afternoon. Unless they call a timeout, sub him out to give the crowd an opportunity to give him a standing ovation. But if not, then you can look for him to play the entire football game this afternoon. Builders will wrap up their regular season next week here at home. For a wide receiver set, the single set back next to Mason Tatum is Green. It's Tatum. Finds Ricardo Corpus.
Tatum's pass is complete to number 4, Ricardo Corpus.
Ricardo Corpus, again, one of the senior wide receivers for the Builders. So he picked up about 9 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 1. Builders have an opportunity to add a win to the onto the win column when wearing their all-black uniforms. As that one goes to Petty. And with that catch, I'm sure Petty is now over 200 yards receiving on the afternoon. Again, Builders are currently 0-3 wearing the black uniforms. They have an opportunity to improve that mark to 1-3. And to be able to break this 3-game losing streak. Clock continues to run, 2:25 remaining in the third. Pace of the football game is slowed down tremendously as this pass goes to the slot receiver, and that's Hubbard. So Joshua Hubbard able to get upfield for enough for another Builder first down as a Hawk is slow to get up after that tackle.
Official timeout for injury.
So we're going to take a quick timeout to see to the injured player. That is Myton Cottle. So as you can see, he's able to get up and walk off of the field under his own power. So that's now 3 Hawks that we've seen go down to injury in the second half. We don't see any of the Hawks on the medical table on the far side, so that's a good sign. But so far, we're yet to see either of those Hawks come back into the ball game since they went out with an injury.
First and 10 Builders from the Hawk 41.
Tatum gives Green. Green able to pick up a couple of yards, but those are going to be coming back. As you can see, there's a flag on the field around about the 43-yard line, which is close to where the line of scrimmage was. So more than likely this is going to be a hold, but Mark Barber is going to give us the final indication once he finds out what the coach for Hocking wants to do. I'm sure they're going to accept the penalty.
Holding, offense, number 52. 10-yard penalty, first down.
I'm always curious to know if a penalty is that obvious that it's going to be accepted. Do they have to ask? I was just told that they don't necessarily have to, but they do. Because I just couldn't imagine a coach saying, nah, you know what, instead of taking a 10-yard penalty, we'll let them have the 3-yard gain. But it could be based on situation in the game, though. You just never know. So Tatum flushed, and he goes down. So if that is Daniel Walker, and it is, that is Daniel Walker's 4th sack of the afternoon. Now, when this football was snapped, the Builders were at the Hocking 41-yard line. After that penalty and that sack, the football is all the way back at the Builder 36-yard line. So that makes it 2nd down and 33 for Mason Tatum. So that sack comes off of his rushing total, which I think going into the half, it was already at minus 14. And it was. Tatum looks to get back some of that yardage to Ricardo Corpus, and he does just that. So a huge pickup on 2nd down will allow the Builders an opportunity to try to pick up this 1st down. And it was 2nd and 22. Now, we saw the same thing happen with the Hawks in the first half when they had, 3rd and 21. No, 3rd and 20. And they were able to get a quarterback scramble for 21 yards. So who knows? Maybe the Builders can do the same, but I think we're going to have a timeout. Looks like we have a stoppage in play. I don't know what for. Oh, I'm sorry. It's the end of the quarter. I wasn't paying attention. All right, let's step away. 48-33 Builders over the Hawks.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
We're now into the 4th quarter of play here on Senior Day at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as Mason Tatum brings the offense back to the line of scrimmage. Right now, the Hawk 45-yard line. Builders need to get to the 31-yard line to pick up a 1st down. Tatum on the slant, tried to get it to Ricardo Corpus. Ball bounced around, tip drill started, nearly an interception. So the Builders are going to turn the football over on downs as Jeremiah Morgan comes out set to punt. But we were talking about it during the break. The young defensive end for Hocking, Daniel Walker, who has 4 sacks on the afternoon, according to our clock operators, Andy Marshall and the Prince of Zamunda, Claude Hines. Daniel Walker is actually from Zamunda. I'm kidding, folks. He's from Richmond. He's from Richmond, Virginia. I'm just messing around with Claude today, man. As that punt is going to die inside the 15-yard line. So nice job by Jeremiah Morgan. So the score still remains Builders 48, Hawks 33. Bit of a slow third quarter. That one went by so slowly. We're already at 2.5 hours into this game, and we still have a whole other quarter left to play. As Moore in the shotgun. He's going to keep looking. Can't find anyone, so he decides to airmail that one out of bounds, so there will be no penalty, of course. He was outside of the tackle box and got the football past the line of scrimmage, and there were a couple of receivers in the vicinity, so that's going to stop the clock with 14:36 left in the football game. So the Hawks trail right now by 15. Hawks' pace of play has really slowed down since they scored that early touchdown in the third quarter. Builders have forced them to punt a couple of times, when in the first half they pretty much used the entire field as 4-down territory, but have gone a little bit more conservative with their offense in the second half as the give goes to McDonald, and he runs into a wall. He may have picked up 2. And we have a player down. I think that is McDonald.
Official timeout for injury.
So McDonald is on the turf briefly, but he's up. So McDonald is able to make it off the field under his own power, but he is going to have to leave the field for at least one play. So this isn't a timeout. Well, it's an official's timeout, but it's not really a timeout. So the ball game is whistled back into play. So Builders have an opportunity once again to stop the Hawks on third down as Moore looks, delivers. Paul nearly picked off. He was trying to hit one of his wide receivers streaking across the formation. That was Austin Sanford, but he and I believe Zion McIntosh ended up in the vicinity of each other, and then a Builder nearly picked off the pass, which had he done so, that was going to be an easy pick six for the defense, but we do have a flag on the play. It's in the defensive secondary. So did something happen prior to the pass in the defensive secondary? Because the line of scrimmage for Hocking is
after play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 6, offense. Half this is a goal. 4th down.
Okay, so that's Keyshawn Barber. So I'm not really sure if he said something or did something, but either way, it's going to back him up half the distance to the goal line. And the play does count because the penalty came after the play, not during. So punting situation upcoming for the Hawks, as that's going to put the heels of Mason Reams in the back of the end zone. Builders have an opportunity to get excellent field position if Reams is able to get this one away, and he drives it. That is probably his best punt of the afternoon as the ball goes all the way back to the Builder 39-yard line as Hubbard tries to find a wall. Nope, that isn't Hubbard. I take that back. I think that's Blair. Nope, that's Beecham. But hold on, folks. We have a flag all the way back at the 25-yard line. So that wasn't near the line of scrimmage. So this more than likely is something that happened during the during the punt.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 95 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. First down. That is like foul.
I think Mark Barber has a fresh stick of gum back in his mouth. So that penalty is going to be levied against that's going to be one of the defensive ends, Kobe Boone. That's going to be called for unsportsmanlike. So things are starting to get a little chippy out there. So guys are, if you kind of notice, guys are really spending a lot of time talking to one another after plays are over. So if this continues, I would not be surprised if the officials pull both coaches together and say, hey, get your teams under control. Let's play a clean 13-44 of this football game. Petty in motion. Man-to-man defense. Tatum has time, flushed out of the pocket. Delivers downfield, finds Petty. Petty bobbles it and drops it. That would have been a 40-yard touchdown pass, but instead it falls incomplete. And you can't be upset with Petty because pretty much everything that has hit his hands today, he has caught and squeezed. So we'll give him a mulligan on that one, because he already has about 200 yards receiving on the afternoon with a couple of touchdowns. So he has had a super day today. So 13:36 left. Builders continue to put pressure on the weakness of this Hawks defense, which is their pass defense. But this give is going to go to Reed, who was initially met in the backfield by Kobe Boone, but the play gets finished up by another Hawk. Jacob Rodriguez makes that stop. So this is going to make it 3rd down and 7 now. Reed able to pick up a tough 3 yards again. Running between the tackles this afternoon has been extremely difficult for the Builders. Tatum, with all types of time, delivers it to Petty. And I think Petty may have lost that one in the sun, but we're going to get a flag around the 15-yard line. So there may be illegal contact somewhere downfield. If that is the case, that's going to be a first down.
Offense number 81.
So it's going to be a pass interference. Now, that's actually going to be on Ernest Harris, who's the wide receiver for the Builders. So there's a chance the head coach will probably just decline this one, and that'll make it 4th down.
15-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Correction, he's going to take the penalty, so that will give the Builders another down on 3rd down, except it's going to be 3rd down and about 23. So the ball goes back into negative territory for the Builders, back to their own 48-yard line. So again, in this situation, you would think, the Builders will just run something safe and just punt. But with the yardage that the secondary has been surrendering today, the Builders have a real shot of getting somebody behind the defense for a big gainer. Builders send no one in motion, so we're not sure if it's going to be a man-to-man defense, but Mason is sacked, and he's taken down hard. Wow, but he felt that one. So he's able to get up and walk off the field under his own power slowly. And it's like we said the other week, a lot of times when a quarterback gets sacked, the hit hurts, but what hurts even more is the ground. So here's Jeremiah Morgan. Nice kick. That one will run once it hits, and it'll keep running. And stop, dead. If that was a golf shot, yeah, that you'd be right near the hole on that one. So nice job by Jeremiah Morgan. So that puts the offense for the Hawks in a tough position. Backed up near their own goal line. They're down 2 scores. 12:08 left in the ball game. Builders with a 15-point lead, 48-33. So the Hawks come out with two tight ends. Single setback is McDonald. Handoff goes to McDonald. He picks up about 3. So that'll keep the clock rolling. I was trying to see if their big tight end who went out injured, Kahari Robinson, was back on the field. I don't see him. So 1 tight end, 1 tailback, 11 personnel. In for the Hawks, 3 wide receivers. Moore with the give to McDonald. Builders all on it. I don't even think McDonald picked up a yard on 2nd down. So the offensive approach for the Hawks has changed tremendously in the second half. They've kind of gone very conservative. And what's so surprising is offensively they've gone conservative after they've gotten down on the scoreboard. So we'll see how aggressive Joey Moore is here on 3rd down as he looks, deals out to the right flat, and I think the receiver is going to pick up just enough for 1st down. So Zion McIntosh will give Hocking a 1st down as the clock continues to tick now. We're down around about 10 minutes, 30 seconds left in the ball game. Pace of play for the Hawks has slowed down tremendously. There's some long looks to the sideline to get the play. Right now, not a great sense of urgency in this offense so far. Play clock now under 10. Moore keeps. Thought about pitching it, but either way it goes, either Moore was going to be brought down for a loss on the play, or if he had made the pitch to Aiden Sanford was going to be brought down on the play. So defense does a great job of reading the play and playing assignment football on the tackle. So 2nd down and 11. Ball on the 16-yard line. We're under 10 minutes left. Here's Moore once again. Moore pressured. Now that one, depending on what the call is, that may be intentional grounding, and there it is. So Joey Moore is going to be flagged for intentional grounding. He was in the grasp of a defender, tried to get the football out. He was not outside the tackle box.
Intentional grounding, number 14, offense. Spotted a foul, lost the down.
So he wasn't out. So Joey Moore was not outside of the tackle box, nor did the football make it back to the line of scrimmage. It actually darn near looked parallel to the line of scrimmage. But as it goes, it's going to push the football back to the 5-yard line. It's going to be a loss of down, so it's going to be 3rd down instead of 2nd. Now the scoreboard says, so this is going to be about 3rd down and 20 plus. Builders rush 3. Moore goes up top. Wide receiver double covered, and the wide receiver was out of bounds, so he was going to be ineligible anyway. So the Builders get a stop on 3rd and long. And that brings on Mason Reams to punt the football away, who's actually been their weapon here in the second half. Not the offense, it's been Mason Reams punting the ball. Hasn't really made a mistake with the football on these punts. So the Builders with another opportunity to get great starting field position on this next drive. As we slowly tick down to around 9 minutes left in the ball game. And the 25-second clock expires. Did we get a timeout?
Timeout.
Yep.
Hocking. Their first of the half.
All right, so they will have remaining. Tell you what, let's step away, take a quick break. Folks, we'll be back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Didn't he go out with cramps? Only 4 penalties in the ball game in the first half, 10 in the second half. So that's really slowed down the pace of the game as Reams gets it away. That one is going to be fielded, but bobbled. Builders are able to jump on it, but there's going to be a flag in the back of the end zone. So depending on what this flag is, whether it's roughing or running into the kicker, that's going to decide whether this ball stays with the Hawks or not. So I think it's going to be running into the kicker and not roughing the kicker. This may just be the 5-yard variety. If it is, of course, that isn't going to be enough for a first down.
Running into the kicker, number 17, the return team. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So they're going to take the yards, and are they going to elect to punt it again? So they're going to elect to punt it again to try to see if that will affect field position for the Builders on this drive.
After the penalty, ball moved to the 10-yard line, 4th and 17 for the Hawks.
So 9:06 left in the game as Mason Reams is all set to punt it away once again. Builders have a man free. Nearly get to that punt. Punt kind of falls somewhere around about the same, but remember, it got muffed, and it got fumbled and recovered around about the 30-yard line, so the Builders actually lose 10 yards of field position. So that actually ended up being a good penalty for the Hawks. But the Builders only have to travel 40 yards for a score, less than that, if you're going to go for a field goal with Jeremiah Morgan. So Mason Tatum, who took a hard sack on that last drive, is back in the football game. Prolific day passing, yardage, and touchdown-wise as he tries a quick slant to Takavian Petty, and he holds on. 11-yard pickup by Takavian, who has just had a career day today from the receiver position, over 200 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns to his credit. as Mason Tatum is still out there dealing on senior day. Clocks continue to tick. 8:35 left. Again, Mason Tatum is now in the history books as a passer for the Builders. In passing yards and touchdowns, as he is taken down on the play for a sack. That sack is going to be credited to Kobe Boone. So for Kobe Boone, I think he has a couple of sacks. We already know that Daniel Walker, the defensive end for the Hawks from Richmond, he already has 4 sacks. But even with that, the Bills are still leading by 15 points. Play clock now under 10. Actually, it's at 5. Builders snap it away at 1. Tatum looks, can't find anyone. But at the last minute finds Corpus, and Corpus is going to be right at the sticks, I believe, depending on the spot. And it looks like they've already indicated that's going to be a first down. So good job by Ricardo Corpus to find an open spot inside the defensive zone and just allow his quarterback to hit a stationary target. Mason Tatum hits it, and it's going to be enough for a first down. So the drive continues. The clock continues to run. We're now under 7 minutes remaining. Tatum, quick. Pass to the right flat intended for Ricardo Corpus. And I don't know if you saw that, but after that play, Mason reached and held his shoulder, his left shoulder, which if you remember on that last series of downs, on third down, he was sacked hard and he fell on his left side. So it's a possibility that left shoulder may be giving him a little bit of issue out there on the football field, because after that attempted throw to Ricardo Corpus, he did reach over and started to touch his left shoulder. We'll keep an eye on that between now and the end of the game as he's back to deal again. This time Corpus over the middle. He finds his receiver, and I think that may be enough for another first down.
Down to the 9-yard line.
So that is going to make it, nope, I think he's just shy of a first, so it's going to make it third down and maybe inches here. So this could either be a Mason Tatum run or a handoff to Lawrence Reed. It's going to be a handoff to Reed, who is going to surge ahead to pick up a first down. So once again, you can see Mason Tatum kind of motioning towards that left shoulder just slightly as he gets the play call from the offensive coordinator for the Builders. So Builders trying to salt this football game away with a score here, up by 15. Builders are first and goal. Ball sitting on the 5-yard line or just outside of it as the substitution comes on late, play clock at 10. Play clock at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Builders just get it off. There was a little bit of movement on the right side of the offensive line. No flag. But as it goes, that pass play is gonna fall incomplete to Ricardo Corpus. So it's gonna make it second down and goal from the 6. Builders with a 15-point lead. If you've been with us all afternoon, boy, it was up and down, up and down, up and down the field for both offenses scoring at will prior to the half. Actually came out and started the second half the same way as this toss over the middle. This light toss over the middle goes to Lawrence Reed into the end zone for a touchdown. Builders, as Mason Tatum once again reaches inside of his shoulder pad to massage that left shoulder right around the collarbone area. And with that touchdown, that gives the Builders now a 21-point lead in the football game as Jeremiah Morgan is on to attempt the point after. The spot, the hold, the kick is good. So 55-33, that's the 88th point of the afternoon. We thought that maybe 100 was going to make it on the scoreboard. I don't think that's going to happen this afternoon. But tell you what, we're going to take a break. We'll talk about it a little bit more when we get back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
5:23 left in senior day here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Howard McCain, Dave Davenport coming to you from the Jimmy Wilson press box. Once again, we are thrilled that you are here with us as the Builders kick it away after that 5-yard touchdown pass from Mason Tatum to Lawrence Reed. As nice return on the kickoff for the Hawks. So that's going to set up Joey Moore and the offense with good field position. But, man, oh, man, they have a task, a monumental task in front of them. They find themselves down now by 22 points to the Builders. 55-33 is our score, 5:16 remaining. I believe I want to say that the Hawks only have 2 timeouts left, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's been confirmed. They have 2 timeouts left. There's more. 5 wide receiver set now. Moore looks, finds his receiver, Devon, who was super busy in the first half, has been somewhat quiet here in the second half, takes exception to that hard tackle by the Builder defense. So a 5-yard gain on first down. The clock continues to tick now. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game as Moore, shotgun position, 5 wide receiver set once again. Moore, pressured, delivers, but can't hit his receiver. So Builders came on a blitz off the edge. Wasn't able to quite sack the quarterback, but they were able to affect the quarterback. And a lot of people a lot of times think that, and that was Austin Flippin, that was able to put all that pressure on Moore. But the thing about it is sometimes sacks aren't always what you want. Sometimes if you can just affect the quarterback with the pass rush, you can force him to release the ball too early, and a lot of times that can lead to a pick. So here's Moore. This time Moore with a clean pocket, able to deliver to Sanford, who takes a big hit. Sanford knocked down hard by Sincere Hawkins. I don't think he was sincere with that hit. That had a little bit of malice. Moore. Once again, Sanford. Sanford able to circle back to the middle of the field and pick up enough for a first down. The clock is going to continue to run. We're now down to 4:10. Well, actually, the clock was stopped. So the clock starts. We're around 4 minutes left. Builders lead by 22. Moore tries to find Keontez Devon. So that'll stop the clock. Again, Devon was such a weapon in the first half, but boy, he has been quiet this second half. They haven't used him a lot of the same way that they did in the first half. Again, the Hawks have gone very conservative offensively with their play calling as they've gotten further behind, less aggressive as Moore hit. Depending on what they say, it looks like they're going to mark that as a pick. Now, of course, we don't have the luxury of replay, but if that one does stand, I don't see the officials. The officials are starting to get together and maybe talk about it, but nope, they're not. They're going to award that to the Builders, so the Builders force a turnover. So that interception is going to be credited to the secondary, but you can really credit that interception to the defensive front because they put enough pressure on Moore and hit him just as he threw it, took a lot of steam off of the football, and the Bills were able to get underneath it and bring it in for a turnover. So the Builder offense takes over 3 minutes, 48 seconds left to go, as we are going to get a timeout.
Apprentice School, there for the half.
So it looks like Mason Tatum's afternoon is over, and we'll talk a little bit about that after the break. We'll be back.
Congratulations to Mason Tatum, the new record holder for passing yards and passing touchdowns.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
So Mason Tatum's afternoon is done, as during the break, he was given an opportunity to kind of come onto the field, and the home fans were able to give him a round of applause for his afternoon, for his career, and for the fact that he is now the passing yard leader and the touchdown leader for the Builders all time. So congratulations to Mason Tatum and his family. That is a huge accomplishment for any player on any level of sports. So congratulations to Mason Tatum. So Quentin Wallace is now the quarterback, as we saw him try to deal it out to the right flat for a short gain. So it's going to make it now 2nd and 9 upcoming. Wallace, the 6'5", 190-pound freshman quarterback who's seen spot duty throughout the season, whether it was due to injury or whether it was just due maybe to ineffectiveness at the quarterback position. He has had opportunities this season as the handoff goes inside. I believe the running back only made it back to the line of scrimmage. So the clock will continue to tick. Builders will not be in a hurry. As a matter of fact, if the Builders are able to pick up a first down, heck, they may be able, if Hocking doesn't take a timeout, they may be able to hold this and keep this for the rest of the game and end it here. So it all depends on how the Builders plan on, how aggressive the Builders plan on being here on 3rd down. As the game clock is now just outside of 2 minutes. Here's Wallace. Wallace finds his receiver, but will that be enough for a first down? Nope, wait a minute. I take that back. They are saying that's enough for a first down. Did everybody see what I saw? I didn't think that was enough for a first down, where the official had the ball spotted as it was in relation to the first down chain. It looked like it was about a yard or two short. Okay. It's a play on, right? Okay. Looks like the umpire may step in to try to – nope. Okay, so play clock now at 5. Here's Wallace. The give is going to go up the middle. And the play continues as the leg churn continues. Nearly getting to the midfield stripe, and things starting to get a little bit more chippy out there. And we kind of saw this coming. This has kind of been going on all day. Well, really in the second half. As Quintez Jordan, nope, that was Cameron Jackson with the carry. I apologize, but yeah, it's been kind of chippy out there quite a bit in the second half. And I believe this time the chippiness went just a little bit too far. 1:29 left on the on the game clock. Oh, that was Quintez Jordan that actually ran the
After play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 10, offense. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 38, defense. Those fouls will all set. The result of the play is a first down.
So essentially, the Builders can go ahead and just take a knee. Because once the official places the ball and blows the whistle, the clock will start.
That is the first unsportsmanlike conduct foul for both players.
So essentially, this football game is over if the Builders just want to go into victory formation and just take a knee, but instead they are in shotgun formation with Wallace. Give. So Quintez Jordan is going to carry that one for no gain on the play. The clock continues to run. We're now just outside of a minute remaining. So again, Builders can just take a knee. Maybe that's what will happen here. We're now under a minute remaining. Nope, Builders come out in a 4 wide receiver set, single setback. So no knee taken here, ladies and gentlemen. (55-33) is our score as the Builders get a penalty. Offense not on the same page as we're now down to just 28 seconds.
Number 16, offense, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
So maybe now we'll just take a knee and get out of here. We're now 3 hours into this ball game. So Mason Tatum comes back on the field for one final play of the afternoon, and this one will probably be a knee as the Builders go into victory formation, and Mason Tatum takes a knee. But even with that, Mason Tatum is going to end the day as the leading passer and the leading touchdown passer in Builder football history on Senior Day. So once again, congratulations to not only Mason Tatum, but all the seniors: Lawrence Reed, Ricardo Corpus, Jeremiah Morgan, Joshua Ashby, Chandler Perry, Ty Lacey, and Thomas Hogus. Congratulations, guys. This has been a great run with this group of seniors, as the Builders are going to walk out of here having stopped their 3-game losing streak to the Hawks of Hocking College out of Nelsonville, Ohio. Builders improve to 3-6. The Hawks fall to 1-10 on the season. So once again, folks, your final score here: 55-33, Builders over the Hawks. For Howard McCain, I'm Howard McCain. For Dave Davenport, want to thank you for joining us. Look forward to having you back with us next week. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Builder Football.
The thing that sets Worley's apart is that our people here truly care. They're here because they love their jobs and they want to learn more.
What I like about Worley's is the people, the team I work with every day.
My favorite thing about working at Worley's is that it's more like a family. I mean, it is work, but it's not.
They actually treat me like a person and not a number. And this is the first company where I really feel like I belong.
Here at Worley's, it's a great atmosphere. They really care about the customers, really care about the employees. We do whatever we got to do to make the job right.
Like the team, everybody's a team player. All about doing the right thing for the customer, taking pride in your work. It's just overall a great company to work for.
You know, we really do have an awesome set of guys. It's kind of cool. We got a great team. We have fun together, from my plumbers to my air conditioning guys to my crawl space guys. Everybody works together as a team. They're just phenomenal.
We have training programs. We like it when people come in, they don't really know what they want to do, and we're able to help them find a trade and do things such as like paid-for apprenticeship programs for HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We've sent people as far as Texas to also doing them here locally. We just truly like to see our people grow and succeed and get to the next step of their career. We want people here who truly aspire to be the best in their fields.